Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to our discussion on rebuilding Europe with culture. The question is, where do we stand? This conference is organized by GESAC with the support of Jean-Michel Jarre and the Member of European Parliament, Christian Eller, and the Federation of European Book Publishers. I'm Shada Islam. I'm an independent EU commentator and analyst based here in Brussels. Now, rebuilding Europe with culture is a bold statement, but it is also a very important one. The Rebuilding Europe study published by EY earlier this year warned that the sector was being devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdowns that followed. But there was also a message of hope, and that was that the sector, the creative industries and culture would bounce back with the right policies and the right financing. Today, we'll be talking to high-level decision makers from across Europe to talk about how we can rebuild, recover, replan, and rebalance the creative industries and cultural sector. The focus is on reopening, recovery, and rebalancing of Europe's cultural and creative industries. Now, let's remember that culture is one of Europe's most globally competitive sectors. It is also an essential part of our professional and our personal lives. It connects us, it reassures us, it creates a sense of belonging. And of course, during this pandemic, it has really been a source of culture. Culture has been a source of inspiration for all of us. Now, it's been almost a year since the European Union adopted a historic recovery plan for the European Union. But what is the place of culture and creative industries in this once-in-a-lifetime economic policy program? So we're going to kick off this very interesting 2 hours ahead of us with a keynote address by the one and only Jean-Michel Jarre. He is, of course, the godfather of electronic music. He is also a tireless supporter of the cultural sector and the future generation of creators. He's also one of the initiators and hosts of this event. Jean-Michel Jarre, the screen is yours. He's on mute. You're on mute, Jean-Michel.
Can you
Jean-Michel, please. Yeah? Yes, now loud and clear.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. And I won't be long. Just to say that I really congratulate GESAC and the European Commission to be able to set up such a meeting. As we know, of course, rebuilding Europe with culture is an absolute priority, not only for the cultural sector, but we realized with the pandemic that we did 2 things, and the planet did 2 things. One was to go out to get some food, and the other one was to spend time for all of us to listen to music, to read books, and to watch movies or TV series. And if we had to be convinced that culture is an absolute necessity, we all realize that without culture, the past 2 years would have been a total desert and a total despair. So we know that, as you just said, the pandemic shattered the economy of culture, and especially the live performances. For lots of artists, it's the only way to get some revenues. And I must say that author societies played a major role in this period to help and continue to help the most vulnerable artists by finding the means to help in each territory in Europe the most vulnerable artists. But of course, it's not enough. Another congratulations has to be made to Europe, because Europe, by creating exceptional funds to help turn the economy around, has succeeded to keep our continent alive. But actually, at the same time, we know that we all suffered, the whole cultural sector, of a loss of more than 30%, which is of course dramatic for established artists, but it's a catastrophe for beginners and for emerging artists. So, rebuilding Europe, what does it mean with culture? It means that culture, also as we know, is not a niche anymore. I think everybody in Europe knows that. I don't know if it's the same situation for the rest of the world. I doubt. But you know, we have to admit that it's 8 times the telecommunication business in terms of jobs. It's 4 times more than in terms of turnover, and we know that the world is looking at Europe. Pandemic at the same time played a major role as an accelerator regarding our relationship, personal relationship, all of us, with digital technology. And I would like to finish by raise one point. You know, everybody's talking about metaverse and all new digital technology linked to the Internet 3.0, the Internet of the future. And at the moment, this is something, again, which is led by American people. I would like to raise something personal very quickly. I did a concert in virtual reality for the New Year's Eve in a virtual Notre Dame. And we had a big success because we've been followed by more than 75 million people around the world. If I'm saying this, it's not because of myself, but because of the fact that we had to go through an American platform, a US platform, for distribution and to distribute the whole project. And we had to pay this platform for this platform. Tomorrow, it means that if we don't get urgently an autonomy for the European metaverse, we'll be even more slaved to the US technology that we have been so far for Internet for all actors and all actors of culture and beyond. And, you know, we should not forget that Zuckerberg means Mount of Sugar in German. And you know that we know that sugar could be a poison for human beings. So we have to be careful as European people to create urgently our own independence for all the extension of the real world in terms of culture. It's a matter of hundreds of thousand jobs. It's the economy of tomorrow morning for culture, and we need really to gather more than ever all the European countries to get, first of all, our own metaverse, and probably also one of these days an European cloud, because this is really, you know, it's a political decision. You know, if I take the example of Airbus is a European project, and it has a kind of major role in the planet vis-à-vis anybody else. So it has been a political decision. It's the decision of European politics to create our independence in terms of Internet. You know, we are at the origin, European people, of Internet as a concept, and we left it to the US. We should not repeat the same mistake with Internet 3.0, metaverse, VR, AR, and AI ecosystem. And this is really something urgent that would be one of the main ways to save our independence on a cultural point of view, and also to save our economy. Thank you very much. And also, I would like to say that I'm really happy and very interested to hear from the high-level speakers today. And I hope that you will bring hope and confidence to the sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Jean-Michel Jarre. Thank you for joining us from your studios in Paris and for giving us those very